and I just wanted to know what your thoughts on the game are, Jean.
I would have to agree with him, and I know that's a big claim, and I am making that judgment based upon what the game will be, right? What I'm playing right now, what we're all been playing, is the pre early access game. So it's technically in beta. It's going to be in beta all the way to the end of the year. And as I was playing it, I ran into a number of bugs, a lot of bugs, but that's typical with beta and early access games. But I think once all the bugs get ironed out, and that's just a question of time, I think they struck a gold mine. It's a perfect combo between a strategic warfare and tactical warfare, and they combine, I think, very, very well.
Now, Jean, where did you get your crystal ball from? I've been looking for one for a long time because I have constantly invested in, if not money, but at least my heart and my attention into early access games, only to be disappointed time and time again by what could have been. And first of all, I'm so excited that you, with your crystal ball, have the vision that this game will not disappoint us. So thank you. I was worried about jumping on the hype wagon, but now that you have told me that this game will solve all the many bugs that it currently has, I'm 100% in. I'm going to mortgage my house to invest in their stock, and we're going all in. So thank you for that. But I do have some questions. How do they get there? Have you noticed, how much time have you put into the game so far?
I would say, I don't know, about 5, 6 hours. I just started playing, I think, maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, and like half those days I've been working 12 plus hours a day. So, I haven't gotten a lot of time. Not like you, because the last time I logged in to do my hour or two, I saw Tortuga Power 31 hours. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, oh
He
shit.
didn't actually play 31 hours. He just left it open when he went to bed.
I'm going to start doing that,
I do
man.
like to inflate my time. No, I'm actually just, how much time you put into it. I'm actually driving to one question in particular. Have you played the strategic campaign?
Yes. I played 1861
Okay.
and 1862.
Okay, good. And then what were your thoughts on that so far?
So 1861, I played. It was kind of like it was the first campaign, the first actual thing that I actually started up. I thought it was good. It was kind of introduction to the strategic system, and I couldn't get into the tactical system because I believe a couple of events didn't fire off. Like Fort Sumter happened, but it didn't happen. Like I think Fort Sumter was like April 13th or April 12th, and I went way past that and nothing fired. So when I moved my armies from DC to like Richmond, I took Richmond, and there was no Confederate troops there. So what I'm assuming is some kind of if statement or some while statement didn't actually fire, and it was kind of like I'm at war, but I'm not at war. So I think like the next day or the day after, I loaded up the 1862 campaign, where all the events triggered and we're officially at war, and then the AI was much more responsive. So I did notice that Jackson was heading out to I forgot what town was it, Wheeling, something like that. So I had to send a Fifth Corps out that way, and then ran into not Beauregard, I forgot who it was, but around Murfreesboro, and the AI was actually pretty good. Like during when I smashed into him and we went to tactical combat, it was a bit challenging. More on the lighter side. I won the scenario. I just put in two divisions. I outnumbered him anyway, but I feel like if he had the same amount of numbers as me, I would have said it would have been a 50-50 type of contest. I feel like, for beta, and for something that's pre-early access, I feel like the game is at the right place. Historical gamers said it best. That Grand Tactician, this was like a major bite out of the apple, right? Like this is a major, major game, right? This is a huge thing they undertook. And for them being a small studio, I think you said something to the effect of like, I hope they didn't bite off more than they can chew. And I was worried about that since you mentioned that, Matt. And the thing that came back to me was time fixes everything, right? So as long as they continue,
Does it?
I mean, like as long as they're committed, like so for example, like let's say early access happens, right? And they're going to stay with the game all the way to release, so a lot of the bugs will get ironed out. And I feel like the developers committed. I feel like they're very passionate. You can see that in the way the game is, the way the map is, the level of detail they go to. So I can see their passion, and it reverberates in the game. So I feel like once the game is officially released, they're going to continue developing it. And they already published their roadmap, I believe, a couple of days ago on Twitter. So yeah, I do have faith in them.